So there's a lot spoken about how to train the high prey drive dog. Most dogs will have quite a high prey drive given the right circumstances, and we don't particularly need to be thinking about training them differently, but maybe we certainly need to be thinking about how we reinforce them, and their reinforcement is going to be different. If you've got a dog that loves to chase, grab, bite, scent, they're going to get their fix one way or the other, and it's a question of whether they get it by chasing deer in Kenwood Park or on a tea towel or toy that comes out of your pocket. So one of the things I was taught is if it's in the dog, it will come out of the dog. It's just a question of whether it comes out constructively as part of your reinforcement or unwanted behaviour, them going self-employed to get their chasing, grabbing. So over here we've got Spider. This way, buddy. Mr. High Prey Drive himself. This guy is a Ferrari. He lives to chase, grab, bite. It's in the breed. He's got hundreds of years of breeding innately telling him it feels good to do. That software is in him. We're not going to get rid of it. What we do is need to satisfy it constructively. So, the way that we play, moving the prey animal away. Not making it easy, not patronising him. He needs to know it's a real chase grab opportunity. Good boy. Good boy. Wow. So we're keeping the rat, the rabbit, the prey animal alive in his mouth when we're playing with him. Moving it from side to side. Side to side is like judo. He can still communicate, he can still listen. If we go shaking it, it becomes more of a pub fight. People fighting in a pub, they can't even hear you tell them to break it up, let alone be able to break it up. Whereas if your mate is practicing judo over there, you can still, all right, I'm going to the pub, see you after. You go, yeah, cool. Hiya, or whatever judo folks do. So we're keeping it alive. When we want him to leave, we're going to freeze that animal. Out. Good. And then good, move the animal. So when I freeze the animal, when I say out and he lets go, I'm reinforcing the let go. And you'll see that I move backwards as I say good, which allows him to re-engage with the moving rabbit again. This tea towel is the rabbit. Out. Good. By me moving back, it encourages the chase grab, but also lessens the impact that he's going to get when he hits the toy. So you can hear him verbalising a little bit. He's becoming very, very aroused. But the times when he's difficult to communicate is when he is aroused. The time when it's difficult to get your alert to greyhounds, sighthounds back is when they are aroused. So you want to be setting up that situation within training so we can rehearse, practice and reinforce the behaviours that we do want. Out. So we're now waiting a few seconds and him not grabbing, jumping, biting. It's teaching a little bit of impulse control, a little bit of an off switch, and we'll reinforce it by re-engaging again. Get it. Good boy. Good boy. By teaching eye contacts. Out. You can hold the prey animal out here, but only when he looks at me. Good. Does it become alive? So if we're out and about, when he came out of rescue, if he saw a little white fluffy dog, his eyes would spin. He'd be on his back legs screaming to chase a small furry. Why wouldn't he? So what we're doing here is simulating. Out. If what you want is over here, access to it is to look at me. Good. So now we're in a position where if we're out and about and he sees a squirrel, if he wants to get to that squirrel, the route to it is that he'll turn around and look at me. That gives me a lot more control where I can say, go on then, get it, if I think the squirrel's safely out of the way. Or he sees a squirrel, he looks to me, I can pull out a toy and say, good boy, and reinforce him, give him that chase to grab what he needs, but through me. Out. What's this? Good boy. And we can just use that toy, we can randomly produce it just on the back of a recall cue. So just out of the blue, I'm going to shout come, and immediately start making this toy come out of me. Gonna wait till he's not looking at me though. Cup! He read my mind. Good boy. So come means the rabbit comes out of Steve. Out. Good boy. So I'm just going to leave him, let that come out of his mind. We'll have a little bit of a wander. We have a look at him now. Cup! Cup! Good boy. So even though he was just about to cock his leg, even though he was aware of the microphone above his head, he still couldn't help but come back to me for the chase, grab, bite. So those of you with high prey drive dogs, those of you with little puppies with land shark teeth that have to be grabby and bitey at home, think how you can give them what they need in exchange for the behaviours that you need. That way you've got a much more symbiotic, happy, less conflicting relationship. Go on then, bud. Good boy. Good boy. Whoa, clever dog. In turn, you whip it into a golden retriever. Good boy. So he's not bringing it back because it's in his wiring to bring stuff back to me. He's bringing it back to teach me to throw it again. The apex of the game, the best part of the game is when I throw it and he can chase it. But in order to reload me, the throwing machine, he brings it back. Good boy. So again, for a dog that needs a lot of physical exercise, nice constructive way to get that physical exercise into him, lots of nice mental release, with satisfying that high prey drive. And while he's doing this, he's not chasing small furries. It's a win-win. Out. Good boy. Come on then, buds. Let's go.